like the Rare logo. But this is gonna be infinitely not as good.
It very well could suck.
It very well is likely to.
I really hope not. I don't like playing bad games.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking put Kickstarter money into this. It better not be bad.
How long ago did you buy this game?
Whenever the Kickstarter started.
Oh, they were right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was one of the original where they're like, yeah, we're making a Banjo-Kazooie. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
And now that you've had this game on your library...
Player one.
Oh,
whatever.
Right.
It's fine.
So,
let's see the scoot over. I want to see what the other profiles are like. Yeah, so they're doing the old Donkey Kong and the Banjo-Kazooies where they have the different profiles. It's cute. It's probably good.
So,
I should stop being down on this before we've given it a chance.
Did you buy the Wii U version? Then it got ported over to the Switch? Is that how this works?
Yeah, so originally like the Wii U was one of the options, but then the Wii U died. And they were like, look, the Switch is going to come out before the game, so we're just going to port it to the Switch. Anyone who had a Wii U thing, you can either switch the consoles, and I'm like, I'll take it for the Switch. I need games for that.
Yeah.
And then it took several months longer anyway, and I'm like, well...
So when did you finally get your hands on this game?
2 weeks ago?
Oh, so several months after everyone hated it, forgot about it, and moved on with their lives.
Yeah, we, Switch owners, we get to experience this all anew. Apparently this is the best version, from what I'm hearing. Like, they fixed a bunch of the shit in between the first release and this release.
Well, my understanding is that the game itself isn't the problem, it's more so the content.
Yeah.
It gets thinner and thinner as the worlds go on.
Yeah, it's front-loaded.
But I guess you see, that's more of a frustrating experience because you kind of get to see the game that could have been.
Yep.
It's not, maybe it's not a fundamentally broken game or anything.
I'd hope not. So far, I'm liking the character design at least.
I'm gonna skip this cutscene. I
thought they took. I was about to say, I thought they took JonTron out of the game.
Ooh, I see what you did there. Yep, this is a platformer. All right. So far,
can I just
good.
have the controller for a second? I want to see how it feels to move. Because I just played A Hat in Time, as people on the channel should know. So, like, I know how that one controls.
How's this feel in comparison?
It's probably about the same so far.
Yeah. Well, you see, I would hope that this game does not feel like an N64 game, control-wise. Maybe aesthetically.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if it felt like an N64 game control-wise, we need an extra hand, because as much as I love the N64, that's a fucking nightmare console.
Okay, so what's the attack button here? How does this work? Okay.
It appears to be the tongue.
Well, that's just awful. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay,
it's not a great attack so far. Can't open those. I was bashing my dick against it and nothing happened.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Alright. I guess, well, I mean, maybe if you had watched the cutscene and we knew what, batshit crazy.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Okay,
that's good.
It's not bad. That's pretty good.
You know, now that I'm moving around, it does kind of feel funny.
Haha funny or not right funny?
Not right funny, like... Well, okay, it is charming funny, but... Something about the controls, I feel like the camera is not keeping up with me.
Yeah, the camera seems to be a little stuttery, but...
I don't know, something about it, yeah.
He's a trouser snake.
That's really good, actually.
I'm glad they at least kept their character design skills.
Oh, I love that little
I get
nonsense
it. Yeah, you Trousers, the trouser snake. Okay, that's cute. Oh man, actually speaking of that, in A Hat in Time, they had a
his name was actually Trouser, that's funny.
Yeah. In A Hat in Time, they had a they have badges, and that's how you get your powers. One of the badge powers is that it just turns actual voice acting into this gibberish.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, that's nice.
Actually, I really like that.
The gibberish? Or
I really like the gibberish kind of speak in the rare games. Yeah, there's something kind of funny about it. Like, I know some people say it gets annoying, but I could listen to it all day. I think it's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny.
Oh, okay, it's one of those games where it's like every time you do things, you get powers. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go back and break boxes.
200 in each world, huh? Oh, boy.
I have a feeling this will be one of those things where they're probably not super hard to come by. I must break every barrel. Every single barrel.
Refill your power bar. Alright, that's fair.
Well, see, this actually kind of feels good now that things are running around. But yeah,
now that you actually have attacks.
Yes, then I can actually start doing stuff. This is the game I've always wanted to play. A game where I get to do things.
Yeah, if only they had more of those. I like this, like, pseudo Banjo-Kazooie music they're doing, where they're like, oh, Microsoft still owns the music, but we can't own a feeling.
Did Brand Kirkhoff work on the soundtrack?
Yes, actually.
Oh, there you go.
That was one of the Kickstarter rewards, where if we paid enough money, Grant Kirkhoff would work on the soundtrack, and everyone's like, oh, yeah! Yeah, we want that!
But you know, I'm sure his rate is probably not very cheap, so I can't blame them for needing to raise a little bit of money for that.
Yeah. You literally had to bribe him.
That's amazing. I'll never get tired of that. Oh, I get it. I have to use a little windy up power when I eventually get that. Okay.
Yeah, more than likely. I wonder if that paint bucket means anything.
Yeah. No, it is nothing.
That looks really shitty.
A little bit, yeah. A little rough around the edges, but I think it looks really nice. This game doesn't feel so bad.
To use my normal fucking catchphrase, it's probably fine.
You know, I think it would be really cool if we could do like the Mario 64 3 jumps and the third jump is a backflip.
Well, the backflip wasn't the third jump. The backflip was the...
Oh, sorry, not the backflip. You know what I mean? Like an actual like flip.
Yeah,
yeah.
Woo!
Where the third row is the highest, most extreme jump. Yeah, I really like that.
That's always a good movement type. Oh, the bad guy's base is right fucking there. That's... How very familiar that is. I think you need to be able to... I don't even know if you can go in this.
There's probably like a key at some point if I get enough. Whatever.
It might be like New Game Plus.
Yeah. We'll worry about that if we even get that far.
Oh god, no. This is not a full LP.
You know, if we end up really enjoying it, you never know, though.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Back to it. Let's not say never until we've played an hour and see how bored we feel within about 40 minutes.
I will say, at least this game's got a very nice aesthetic going on. Like, it is pleasant to look at.
You know, actually, Jim Sterling brought up a really interesting point that he thinks that Viva Pinata is the best-looking game of the last generation. And the more I think about it, I think he's right.
I don't disagree with him, because its graphics were, like... Okay, so I've never been the type who says graphics matter. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Now, that said, okay, that doesn't look great.
I was gonna say, there's that black pit at the bottom.
Yeah, the black chasm and, like, the cliffs jutting out into each other, not great.
Yeah, not
spooky.
A good look. Not a good look, bro.
You know, anyway, graphics have never been the most important to me. Like, I can play text-based games, for fuck's sake. I play D&D.
Yeah.
I don't need physical representations. I don't need things to be great. That said, I will appreciate a game that puts in the effort.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing about Viva Pinata that...
Yeah, like, and that's what I was gonna get to, is that Viva Pinata takes its power and uses it very, very well.
Well, the thing about Viva Pinata is that it had the perfect amount of bloom. Because remember in like 2005 and 6 when every fucking game was just like a serious amount of bloom effects?
Yeah.
It had the right amount of bloom, and also every animal had like that furry, fuzzy.
It had a good, like the textures were great, like
very smooth. Yeah. I was really into that look, and this game kind of reminds me.
Well,
of
I mean,
that.
they weren't smooth, but that was the point, right?
I remember it looking bloody brilliant, but
it
I also
looked great. But what I mean, like, it wasn't smooth, but that was the point. It wasn't supposed to be smooth. It was like fuzzy. Like, it actually looked fuzzy, not smooth.
Well,
like
I mean, it looked smooth as in the game itself
yeah.
looked smooth. Like, everything together looked very nice.
Yeah, like, it ran well.
Alright, now we get to collect more things in this collectathon.
Oh, yeah. So I ought to point out that when I was playing this on the Switch, weirdly enough, it didn't ask me which profile to use, which begins to make me realize that the Switch will just use the profile system for any game that only has one file.
Huh. Wait, I should have read that text.
We'll need to crouch with the ZL.
Oh, there we go. Interesting.
A tutorial classic. We'd best stand close to the sign.
Can I swim? Okay, there we go.
In the water, we can use L to swim.
Is that what you imagine the bat sounds like?
No. That's just how I imagine anyone giving a tutorial sounds like. Dissatisfied, but mechanically obliged.
Oh. Well, fair enough. I think I went in a big circle.
No, you're on the other side of the evil pit now.
Oh,
it
okay,
seems to be just releasing letters.
Oh, that's where we started over there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Interesting. You see, I pointed to the screen, but none of you people can see that.
No, that doesn't translate 100%.
No.
What are those blue things? Attack them with Y.
You know, it's actually funny. I was playing a game with a very good tutorial today.
Oh, yeah?
I played Bayonetta on the PC for the very first time.
Yeah, Bayonetta, really fucking good game.
But you know what's really bizarre about that game is that...
Those are health items, as a reminder.
Oh, okay. I just saw a colorful thing. I wanted to collect it. Anyways, I was playing Bayonetta, and the one thing that's really bizarre about that game... I'm not sure if it's like this on the console, but on the PC version, the UI, by default, is off.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was really bizarre because there's a lot of on-screen prompts that happen and tell you what to do.
Yeah, those come on when you need them. Those are contextual.
Not always, because, like, during the prologue sequence, do you remember that one part where you're fighting all those angels on the plane?
Oh!
In the very beginning?
Wait, that's Bayonetta 2, right?
No, it's Bayonetta 1.
On the plane?
Well, it's not like you're you're literally on the plane as it's crashing into the city, and you and that one witch are hanging out for no reason. The very beginning of
Bayonetta 2.
No, it's Bayonetta 1.
Does she have long hair?
No, she was wearing red.
Yeah, no. Your character, does she have long hair?
Yeah.
She started on the... No, the start of Bayonetta 1 was in the graveyard.
Yeah, but the very next sequence is you and that greasy guy are driving down the highway, then the plane crashes.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
sorry, well, you said the first sequence is on a plane. That was actually the first sequence of Bayonetta 2, is you actually have a fight on a jet.
Oh, I should have been more specific. Anyway, so... in the sequence, what you have to do is you have to do 3 very special attacks, but those are triggered by on-screen prompts that you can't see unless the UI is on. And I kept on dying, and I was just like, am I fucking this up really that hard? Then I looked it up, and it turns out, yeah.
Okay, that's not
I thought that was really bizarre.
On consoles. On the consoles, like, like the bars and meters don't really show up unless they start being filled, but, like, you should maybe, like, read at least the basics of what this game is telling you.
Yeah, because I just realized as I'm fucking about, I was like, wow, this means nothing to me. I should have... Oh, okay.
Anyway. What I was saying was, yeah, no, in the console versions, like, stuff pops up as you need it, but it's not just not there.
Yeah, I thought it was a very bizarre way. Ivory Tower.
I get it. Over here. Yeah.
That's an amazing voice.
Yeah. Lovely to see you again, pals. I see you've got up to speed with your...
Oh, I gotta do the snake.
Yeah. Basic moves. Smashing. Time to put your skills to work. Spotted a piece of the book. I guess we're collecting books.
I guess so. Oh, interesting. It's adorable, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you ever watch a show called Whack Fu?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So it was a French anime. Whatever those are called. French animes?
What, as in a French cartoon inspired by Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, French animation's got a really distinct look to it. It's like anime inspired, but very clearly not anime.
Okay.
Whack Fu is a pretty famous cartoon. Mostly because it's actually a really good story. Typically, like, the villains in the show are absolutely fantastic. A lot of, like, good. It's a good show.
Yeah.
And I do always recommend it. Anyway, one of the characters is straight up a possessed map. And he looks a lot like those pages we're collecting.
Who knows, maybe it's an inspiration, you never know.
Maybe.
Love shows. Yeah.
It appears to be nothing.